Hello everybody and welcome to PAWO Heatwave. I am your commentator Luke Daniels, and what a night our general manager and director of operations Kane has set up for us. He has already confirmed 3 matches, and if I know tonight there's going to be even more to the card, but I'm going to get right into these 3 matches. We're going to put a graphic up on the screen. These matches are going to be amazing tonight. Our first match is Antonio Cesaro, the Intercontinental Champion, versus the best in the world, CM Punk. Our second match is Randy Orton, the Viper, the man who came up short in the 6-man over-the-top rope battle royal against Brock Lesnar, the PAWO Champion. And after what he did to Evan Bourne, hope he doesn't do the same to Randy. And our main event is going to be The Miz versus the #1 contender for the PAWO Championship, John Cena. And apparently Kane has made his way out to the ring. It looks like he has a few things to say and address tonight. He is already in the ring, so I'll turn it over to the Director of Operations and the GM. Oh, what injuries? 2 broken bones in his arm, a concussion, 2 broken ribs. Well, I really feel bad for Bourne, and he's going to miss 4 to 6 months, folks, which is honestly, if you didn't watch that and you want to know why, just go back and check out episode 1 Heatwave. I mean, I'm surprised that he isn't going to miss more. But anyway, look, it seems like we're going to have a 4-man Intercontinental Championship #1 Contenders Tournament. Who's that going to be? Fandango versus Chris Jericho and Biggie Langston versus Zack Ryder. 2 matches added to the card. What? Those are going to be some good matches. So now we have 5 matches on the card, and it looks like Ryder versus Big E's next. So here comes Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder, of course, picking up a win over Heath Slater last week in episode 1. Go back and watch episode 1 of Heatwave if you haven't already. Also, Superstars of Today, a great show. There was a World Heavyweight Championship match. But anyway, Zack Ryder last week defeated Heath Slater. Biggie Langston defeated Fandango. Of course, Fandango lost to Biggie Langston. And in probably one of the best matches I've seen, Chris Jericho lost to Antonio Cesaro, but he was so close to winning on a few occasions, and this is going to be the biggest match probably of at least Big E, Fandango, and Ryder's careers. I don't know, I don't really think Jericho being a former world champion if it's necessarily the biggest match in his career. But these 3 young men, they're probably the biggest matches. And of course, I mean, if you look at Zack Ryder and you look at Big E, many people would probably go ahead and write off Ryder and say, he has no chance and Big E's just going to roll through him. But I believe quite on the contrary. I think Zack Ryder is an incredible athlete, great talent, and I think he's going to give Big E his money's worth. And I think Zack Ryder has a very realistic chance of winning. But so it's going to be very exciting to see who, I guess the finals will be held next week. And with no forgiveness in a few weeks, in 20 days, it's going to be very exciting to see who will face Antonio Cesaro. I know all of these men could give Cesaro a great match, probably take the title from him, or possibly take the title. Cesaro is a great athlete, and you see, if you saw, he's facing CM Punk, so that should be a great match as well, even better than Jericho and Cesaro. But anyway, the referee's bell in this match is underway. Ryder coming out of the gate with a kick. Now Big E with just a few shots and a drop kick by Ryder. Both men looking to sell in this match. Ryder looking to make a statement saying, Big E, I'm not a pushover. Grabbing a hold of that arm. No, Big E with a counter. And a big shoulder tackle there. Now Big E. A big Irish whip. And immediately whips Zack Ryder outside the ring. It's now Big E. No, Ryder throws Langston up against the barricade. Now Langston with a big elbow to the face. Now Big E, not his elbow drop there. So Langston throws Ryder back inside the ring. And Langston looking for a chop, but no, Ryder ducks underneath it and takes Big E down. Ryder showing a little bit of strength there. And now Zack Ryder, Irish whip into the turnbuckle, and Big E Langston bounces off. Ryder picking Big E up. Good show of strength by Ryder and a flapjack. Ryder showing early on that he is not intimidated. And now Zack Ryder grabbing hold of the arm, but Big E with a big knee, and that'll probably counter any move. Just a big old knee shot to the gut. But Zack Ryder takes him down in a single leg. Now working on those legs. They're trying to negate power of Big E Langston by weakening those legs, weakening the base. And now Ryder throwing Big E into the turnbuckle again, and this time Big E falls down. So Zack Ryder in control of this match, but a big shoulder tackle there by Langston. We saw him finish off Fandango last week with 3 shoulder tackles, and Big E Langston picks Ryder up, and a nice power bomb. Langston grabs hold of that arm and a big clothesline. Langston now picking Big E up in a military, or picking Ryder up in a military press, and a nice slam down there. Big E, of course, I mean, just by the looks you can tell he's powerful. But I don't know if Big E knows his own strength. Ref getting out of the way there to avoid being hit, and Big E with a big shoulder tackle into the turnbuckle. Ryder had nowhere to go. Caught between a, well, not really a rock and a hard place, a turnbuckle and a Big E Langston. A near 300-pound man of muscle. A big forearm there knocks Big E off his feet. And Ryder with the last leg drop. That won't really have a Hulk Hogan effect, but it'll stun Big E. And now Big E with a counter. And looking for a belly-to-belly suplex. And Ryder's been in this match. Ryder may be shocking a few people here. Being so into this match. Big E looked for another powerbomb. And Ryder counters it. Ryder putting on one of the matches of his life here. Taking it to Big E and a big wreck of the eyes by Langston. And a big shoulder tackle. And now Big E just picking him up. And an Oklahoma slam there. 1, 2. No, Ryder kicks out. And now Big E with that big back body drop. Which normally sets him up for the big ending. But I don't know if Big E thinks that he's finished him off. We'll have to see. Big E going for the cover now. 1, 2. No, Ryder kicks out at 2. Ryder showing a little resiliency here. And now Zack Ryder. Vertical suplex connects. Ryder coming back now. And Ryder with another leg drop. Ryder trying to build momentum. One of these men will go into the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship Tournament Finals. Ryder taking him down. Now Zack Ryder with another leg drop. Trying to work on Big E's head, setting up for that Rough Rider and the Broski boot and the inverted DDT. Now Big E, poke to the eye, counters it. And so now Big E, punch there. Both these men fighting, and wait, there's Fandango. He's going to be in the other match. Remember, Big E and Fandango had a match earlier last week that Big E won, and Ryder attacks him from behind now. So Fandango proved to be a distraction, and now Zack Ryder rolls up Big E. 1, 2, 3, and Zack Ryder wins. Ryder wins. He's going to the finals of the Intercontinental Championship Tournament. Fandango just cost Big E the match. Big E had hit that backdrop. Maybe he was setting up for that big ending with a few punches. You remember how last week he set it up with those shoulder tackles. Maybe he was going for that. But Big E gets distracted by Fandango coming down, and Zack Ryder capitalizes, which I don't blame Ryder. I mean, I don't really think they were in cahoots or anything. I just think Fandango, after losing to Big E, he was a little upset. But Ryder, gotta be happy if you're Zack Ryder, but I know Big E will have something to say about this. Big E's gotta be really mad. So Zack Ryder wins the first match, and he's in the finals of the Intercontinental Championship Tournament. Later tonight will be the man that just disrupted this match, Fandango, and Chris Jericho. So the winner of Fandango, Chris Jericho, will face Zack Ryder, and the winner of that match will go on to face Cesaro at No Forgiveness 1 for the Intercontinental Championship. Ryder with a big win. Looks like Big Show's over here, saying how he loves off days. And wait, here's The Miz. Miz making the deal to Big Show. Saying he wants Big Show to soften up Cena. Miz offered him $500. And Big Show agrees to it as long as he pays him up front. And Miz giving him money, paying him up front. So Big Show gonna take out John Cena. Looks like they're in cahoots here. Miz and Big Show. Miz recruiting Big Show to take out Cena. I wouldn't want to be John Cena. I don't know if he saw that, but he also said something about Kane giving him a PWL Championship match. But now we're rolling to our next match. It is going to be the Swiss sensation Antonio Cesaro versus the best in the world, CM Punk. And at this point in the broadcast, I want to remind you that no copyright infringement is intended. But of course, as talked about last week, Antonio Cesaro, the Intercontinental Champion, who we just saw how Zack Ryder is going to be one of the men in the finals to try to face Cesaro. So will it be Ryder versus Cesaro for the Intercontinental Championship at No Forgiveness? Great possibility. But Cesaro had that great match with Chris Jericho, who was in the other No More Contenders match. So this should be an amazing match. We thought, that Chris Jericho and Cesaro last week is going to be a great match. Cesaro is going to have an opportunity to have another great match with the best in the world, CM Punk. Of course, CM Punk on the losing side of last week's #1 contender for the PAWL Championship, Brock Lesnar's title for No Forgiveness. It was a 6-man over-the-top rope battle royal featuring CM Punk, John Cena, The Miz, Big Show, Batista, and Randy Orton, which John Cena ended up winning. With CM Punk, he is a great wrestler. There's no doubt in my mind that he will be getting a title shot in the near future. Of course, he is a former World Heavyweight Champion, held the WWE Championship in World Wrestling Entertainment for 434 days. He was the 8th long rating champion in their company. In our company, the only champion has been Brock Lesnar for Heatwave and Edge for Superstars of Today, which I guess have each held their title for 7 days, respectively. Because I guess this is our 2nd episode. So, anyway, folks, it'll be the Intercontinental Champion Antonio Cesaro versus CM Punk as Heatwave PAWL, Professional Association Wrestling League, rolls on.